Hi guys, Kevin Whitehead from Rollsizer.com. Welcome to SHOT Show 2025. It's chaotic, it's great, and a lot of people are very happy with the results on Monday. Have fun. Okay, we're about to give you an introduction about our products. They are unusual, they're relatively unknown, but they've taken the world by storm. They're very, very high quality products, and we'll introduce you at the range of products that we've got. The first one we've got here is the Universal Rollsizer. It is an extension of our existing Rollsizer designs. It's all about offering the precision long-range shooter the ultimate in accuracy. What it means is instead of just having a standard one-size-fits-all, the guys who are looking for precision, they're looking for that extra quarter MOA at that 1,200 yard line, that fly swat at 1,500 yards, and that podium finish. You can get this with the Rollsizer because it allows you to get your premium custom sizing dies. When you add it with the Rollsizer, it removes the clickers. So that's an excellent product. So here we go. It's our standard 223. Appears to be military, crimped, reasonable pressure, not too bad, but you can see a little bit of deformation at the bulge. I would suggest that this, when it's reloaded, could be causing problems. We're certainly seeing lines where the webbing finishes. So what we'll do is we'll chuck it through the Rollsizer, put it in there, very simple. It locks out, it pressures on it, and now it starts turning the case. You can see the little bend in the tip of the case. You can see that turning. Very light pressure, it's only finger tight. Here we go. Now you can see that detail, you can see that shiny bit. Now what's really interesting is your sizing die would probably come to about here. The Rollsizer has sized this section up. Now this is a tapered case, so it shouldn't really touch. That tells you that if you're seeing a rolling mark all the way up here, this case was a lot more bulged and blown out than you would otherwise think. It's very deceptive. It didn't look that bad. So what will happen is that your sizing die, when it's adjusted, will come down to about there. But now you've got this section rolled, it's now sized back to a factory or whatever size you ultimately want, and it is also concentric. That's really important when you're running a tight chamber and a tight breech face. This will not be a problem, this will not give you a clicker, and it becomes really boring after you load it because it's a lot easier on the arm. Extraction and push up on the reloading press is a lot easier. A lot less sticky cases, and reliability-wise, well, it just works. That's the way it is. It's a nice finish too. You can see the little rolling on it. Yeah, and this will not damage your brass. That's the important thing. That's where it goes. We've also brought in the new Universal DC powered unit. What that allows you to do, it does the same thing as the manual. The major advantage is that it allows you to put a case in. Once you've adjusted it to the setting, which we can go through, which is a separate discussion, press the button, it'll spin around once, it'll size the case to the magic number that you're looking for, it'll stop at the required position, and it'll give you a case that's sized to perfection. To say that this is a precise machine is a bit of an understatement. The guys who are looking for that accuracy, this is what you need. If you've ever had a clicker in your case, on your round on the line, you know what I mean. This fixes that problem. Again, looking at the bulge, you can see a fair bit of bulging there. I suspect this could be a little bit uglier than your normal brass. Let's go put it in. The machine is pressed to forward. Press the momentary on button. Off we go. Oop, stops at the right place. Here we go. And there you can see. You can see the roll sizing up to here. This is unusual because these cases, normally the rolling only comes to a little bit further down. Being a tapered case, it shouldn't be marking this high, so that tells me these cases are heavily bulged. Again, if I put a vernier on top of that, which I didn't bring in this trip, that would be perfectly concentric, and it'd probably be getting pretty close to being a perfect factory dimension, maybe about 1 thou above mid-range spec from experience, but that's pretty good. I reckon that'd reload pretty well. You would certainly not get any clickers with this brass. What we have here is our automatic decapper. When you're looking at being serious about your reloading, you want to remove the primers, spent primers, before you go through the reloading. So, and the key advantage there is a dirty primer pocket doesn't really have an impact on accuracy, but it has a huge impact on primer seating, reliability, functionality, making sure you don't have high primers, inconsistency in cycling your gun, whether it's semi-automatic, pistol, AR-15s or F-class, doesn't matter. Having clean primer pockets gives you the ultimate in performance. It also allows you to, these machines, both the automatic and the manual machine, allow you to decap dirty cases or soiled cases. Rocks aren't recommended, but hey, it happens. When you go through and deprime your cases, you can wet clean them. Your clean primer pockets, you can ream them, chamfer, modify them, you can trim them as necessary. But once you have clean primer pockets, your expensive reloading equipment, your press, your roll sizes and other components, they stay clean. Personally, I've got an automated Mark 7. I haven't cleaned it in 50,000 rounds, but everything's decapped and roll sized beforehand. It's almost embarrassing how consistent it is. It's a great product. So the automatic decapper will decap at about 3,600 cases now and will process everything from 380 ACP up to your 7.62 51 or the 308, as everybody else knows it as. So here we go. Here's the automatic decapping machine. We've taken the decapping die off just to show people what's actually happening. That's a 9mm case in there. That was a 10mm. Okay, what we'll do is we'll show you how it works. Pushes in, snaps down, another case comes in, and every time it strokes down, it removes the case. Still got the primer in, obviously, but what it does, it separates the spent cases, deprimed cases, to the primers, and the primer material comes down here into a bucket of your choice, so where it's sealed and safe. Very good for health. This is the new hot off the press manual decapper. This beast is, we're really proud of it. It uses the same functional mechanical equipment as the automatic decapper, but this will allow you to do extremely high processing rates. This one is set up for 9mm at the moment, which is very common. It allows you to short stroke very quickly and decap. It'll separate, as the automatic machine does, it'll separate primers from the spent cases. We recommend you put it straight into a drum for wet cleaning. The lead styphenate and the contaminated lead products out of your primer pocket get taken out. Your processing and your reloading area is now, for intents and purposes, lead-free. It's a major issue when if you've got kids around, you want to make sure that the environment stays clean. And let's face it, wet clean cases are much nicer to reload. So we've got some really ugly, that's heavy Glock fired, Glock strike, pretty good signs of pressure. And these look crimped, as some of these look crimped. Let's put them in the decapper. This is the manual decapper. It's designed as a short stroke machine, as we covered before, and this is how it goes. Here we go, some Glock fired, reasonably high pressure, a lot of primer extrusion there. Yeah, and at least one of those is crimped, I think. Okay, so let's put it in and see how we go. There you go. Now, if you look closely, you can see the lead styphenate. That is as toxic and as nasty as you get. You do not want that around kids or anybody with ailing health. That's a very toxic product. So now you've got decap cases, wet clean them, and you're reloading and you're setting up. You can roll size them after wet cleaned. But once you've got clean primer pockets, your reloading will become very reliable. And your primer systems in your auto presses, oh man, if you're decapping and primer seating on an auto drive press, you'll know what I mean. They do not like primer crud. That's how it goes. Here we go. Here's the manual Rollsizer plus the infamous drop bear. The manual Rollsizer is about the entry level or the lower volume shooter. These machines are designed primarily around connecting up to a case feeder. The standard Dillons, you name it, just about every case feeder can be made to work with a little bit of work. We supply the components to connect to a standard case feeder, and they come in a range of calibers and would cover everything from your 380, 9, 38 Super, 40, 45, your revolver cartridges, as well as 223 and 308. We also do a 30 carbine. The Rollsizer is about giving you, these Rollsizers are about production OEM grade consistency in reloading. They're not adjustable, but what they will do is they'll duplicate your standard off-the-shelf factory ammunition. And with your normal reloading processes, you remove Coke bottle, you remove bulges, basically your processing, your ammunition becomes consistent. Your magazine performance is there, your cycling in and out of the gun, the consistency and cadence in the gun, as well as your point of impact on the target. It works, and it becomes an embarrassingly consistent process. So the manual Rollsizer is literally that. It'll work with a standard hand crank, and it's fingertip effort. It's not hard. For those who don't want to use their hands on this, you can take the handle off and put a drill on it, and you can do about 2,000 cases an hour. The limitation at that point is your drill burning out. Generally about 500 cases, after which your standard drill will probably look more like a toaster element, so we don't recommend you do too many with one go. It won't affect my Rollsizer, but your drill won't look too pretty. Anyway, that's why we recommend the DC unit for high volumes. This is ideal for the guys who are looking at lower volumes and are just looking for that little bit of extra reliability when they go plinking, or only shoot once a month or something to that effect. It'll do everything from 380 ACP up to the 308, and the only thing that changes is the disc and the drop tube. And it's a very easy process. One bolt and the disc can come out. Very simple. Here we go. This is the DC Rollsizer. The DC Rollsizer is a step up from the manual. This is recommended for competitive shooters, for who shoot every weekend or in larger volumes. This process is about 1,600 cases an hour. It is a DC machine, but it is rated for continuous use. It is a domestic machine, but we've got machines of these that are running well north of 5 million cases, and they're not even properly run in yet. These machines they're serious. They use the same discs as the manual Rollsizer. They operate the same way. They start and stop. They've got a universal power supply with them, and that works off everything from 110 to 240, whether it's Australian, US, or whatever. We supply the machines appropriate for the country you're in. In this case, it's 110. These are fitted with a 110 adapter plug. Okay, guys, we've now got the DC Rollsizer. Now, what we have on top here is we normally feed it with a connecting hose, which it's around here somewhere. What we supply is a connecting hose that fits onto a Dillon case feeder as standard, because it's a very popular machine and it's a good quality unit for the pricing and its application. This is what we can do is this is the hose here. This hose connects straight on the end. Excuse me. Straight on the end, and as you can see here, it connects straight up to a Dillon case feeder. You just trim the suit. It's not high tech, it's very effective, and it works. So what we do is just to get out of the way. When we roll size, we press the button here and it feeds in. And again, here's the cases. As you can see close up there, you can see the rolled section of the case. That overlaps. Okay. So it rolls through the bottom of the case, and your sizing dies do the rest. It blends in beautifully and removes the Coke bottle. It's a very, very effective machine, and it's very poorly understood. When you want factory grade ammunition, you have to roll size. This is the big boy of the town. This is our commercial Rollsizer. We've had these out since 2017, and we've got it is a genuine professional commercial grade processor, and will do 6,400 an hour. The key thing with this machine is its speed and its robustness. It's a 60-pound machine. bend your knees when you pick it up. What this does, it's a very simple looking machine, same as the others. It rolls the cases, it does the same thing. It is about consistency. These machines are designed to operate day in, day out, and we are routinely seeing the very first machines we ever made hitting the 30 million cases mark, and then they just get a refresh and they're off and going again. We have guys who are running 8 of these and producing 100 million cases roll size through their business every year, and they're loving it. If you're serious into processing or reloading, roll sizes just make sense. It saves the issue on quality and consistency. They're going to feed, they're going to chamber reliably, and they're going to duplicate your OEM, good quality OEM factory ammunition. We've also got on the end of it a new to the market power drive unit. This will actually increase the speed from the commercial roll sizer from 6,400 up to 9,600, which is about the limit of the disc speed. At that point, you're going to have to look at some pretty serious case feeders. We normally recommend a standard Dillon can work, or most of the other aftermarket case feeders will work adequately on the commercial with caution. But once you start talking about 9,600, very few machines, aftermarket machines will do, or very few standard supplied reloading press case feeders will work. This one we've got from our friends at Hasgrock. It's a serious machine. We've worked with them very closely over the last couple of years to make sure that the processing and the cycling time is consistent with the Rollsizer, and we're happy that it's going to make a very good addition. They're also cost effective as well too, and they're available. The biggest issue we've had on the power drive is not making design of the machine, making it robust. It's getting the quality gears and components inside it, and it's taken some time. These will be available in about 2 months from the rollsizer.com website or our approved resellers. So here what we'll show is what is the standard fitment in the commercial roll sizer. In the standard machine that we offer people, it's activated by bolts which bolt into the disc and a wire lever. Very simple, very robust, extremely reliable and long lasting. For those who are looking for a little bit higher throughput in commercial operations, we offer the power drive as we've talked before, and I'll show you how it works. We turn the roll sizer on, and then we start running it through. Now, what's interesting, you see this here, those cases came out first, they were bulged. These cases are loaded, but they're just starting to get tight from here. So you can see they're starting to be rolled from this point, and now down here at the end here, these are all 100% consistent. So when you go and size them, it works perfectly. So we'll get that going. And that's how it works. Have we got that? Yep, that's about 9,600 cases an hour. Yep, there's very few case feeders that'll keep up with this machine, and the Hasgrock unit is one of them.